Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So I got a clip, it's kind of long, that I want to share with you guys. And this is sort of going along the same line of thought of Black men being able and having the autonomy to do what they need to do for themselves and looking out for their own best interests, because these hyenas do not have your best interest in mind. They only have their best interest in mind, and they don't even really know what that is. So you really don't need to be listening to nothing that they have to say. And this is kind of why I named it Black Women Hate Black Men with Standards, because there's always this sign language that comes along with Black men, and it's like, oh, you think you're too good. And they literally say it. And so I'm not sure what show this comes from, but I want to show it to you anyway. And let's listen to the sign language and to the foolishness. We're going to listen to it. Hold on, let me share my screen here. Okay, so let's go.
The turnoff was when I asked that question about would you date a single mother? And Jacoby, you proceeded to tell me that basically you're a high value man and you are too good for a single mother. However, you did also tell me that you were raised by a single mother, which is profound for me to think that a single mother's not good enough for you, but it's good enough for a woman to raise you. That's unfair. And it's very insensitive to women out there who have children.
All right, so just because it's a cycle, I wanted to continue.
It doesn't have to continue.
So what I'm saying is that
it's more about why would you cut off and say that single women are not on the same level?
What you're supposed to learn from is history. So
you're a very intelligent
woman. You're a very intelligent woman, right?
Yes.
So if you know, as a woman growing up, you know it's the less likelihood for you to be successful by having a child. So what you do, you be more proactive. Using condoms.
What's that got to do with your choice?
Okay, if you're getting pregnant, then all right, cool. Maybe I shouldn't continue having this child because I'm not getting married. I a better chance of me having a successful life.
You're speaking of me.
That's what I'm thinking.
So you were raised by a single mother.
Yes.
Is your mother still alive?
I struggled. My mom's still alive.
Did she struggle or did you struggle?
Both of us struggled.
Okay, so your words that echoed all around social media, and I want to make sure that we have this clearly, were, I'm a high value man. I've done things to step up my echelon, and I'm not going to settle for a single mother.
Yeah.
Now, before we allow this clip to continue, because it's not even 2 minutes, ain't that their favorite word? Ain't that these chicks' favorite word? How they not gonna settle? How they have stepped their game up? How they are successful? How they own businesses? How they do this, that, and the third? So now they're not gonna settle for a man. And when this brother started talking about that, watch the deflection.
Have that correctly? I want to be clear.
Yeah, we'll be selling.
Right. So what makes you think you're a high value man? The car you drive?
No, the value I put out into the world.
What about your character?
I have great character. I've built myself to basically have better choices. You want to know why? Because women can choose and make a choice.
They can
say, I don't want to date a man that makes less than 6 figures.
They can.
And then what are you doing? You're
demeaning
a man.
Talking about that. That's not the situation that
Listen, hold on. A woman can say, I won't date a man less than 5'8", and a man could be 5'4". Do they care about?
What does that have to do
ostracizing all of those
with
men?
anything?
If a fat man is sitting here, he can be a fat man, right? But if a fat woman is sitting here, you would say, oh no, we're body positive. Oh no, we can't say that. We can't. It's all about picking her up. So every time it's saying something for a man,
bro,
it's down.
You got a lot on your back.
Yeah,
okay.
Man.
So what I want to be clear, not just for you, but for everybody out there, is the car you drive, your resume, your bank account, your accolades is not what makes you a high value man. We are all defined by the sum of our deeds and our character. And you, brother, are coming up to the sum of 0.
I'm talking to a
I'm gonna stop sharing. And they had a lot of nerve. Had a lot of nerve in my book. Lot of nerve in my book. Y'all are the same chicks that when somebody asks you who you are as women and what makes you valuable, what's the first thing y'all get to naming? The first thing that you name, this is what make y'all think y'all have value.
As long as you got your own transportation, and as long as you got your own income, it don't matter what a ninja got to say.
That's what y'all say when somebody question who you are and what kind of value you have as a woman. You don't get to talking about character. You don't get to talking about who you are. You don't get to talking about your femininity or your integrity or your honor. You don't talk about them things. You talk about your this is what you talk about.
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
This is what y'all talk about. Okay? Like, let's stop playing.
I said, as long as you got your own house, as long as you got your own transportation, and as long as you got your own income, it don't matter what a ninja got to say.
This is y'all's definition. So he said, it's not about the car that I drive. It's about the value I put out into the world. You're just mad because nobody want to deal with you. And you always trying to shame somebody's standing. He doesn't want a woman that could not make responsible decisions concerning her womb. He don't want it. When you was raised by a single mama, that was his mammy's choice. That had nothing to do with him. He didn't ask her, well, mama, I want to be raised by you as a single mother. He didn't have nothing to do with that. She made that choice. For whatever reason, whatever the circumstances was, she made that choice. He didn't make that choice. He was a child in that situation. He don't want to struggle. He watched his mammy do all that foolishness. He don't want to do that. And he don't want a woman that is doing that. He don't have to date you. And you done got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. He don't have to date you. It's insensitive to the women with children. How? The most disrespectful, disloyal group of women want all the respect and loyalty in the world. And it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Brothers, please don't allow yourselves to be shamed. I'm glad that brother spoke up. That's not what we're talking about. Yes, it is. Because y'all backed up Ebony K when if he owns the bus, Iyanla. She ain't said nothing about no character. She ain't said nothing about, well, if he good to me, if he treat me a certain way, if he's a man of a certain level of integrity, if he's a man of a certain character and he's a man. She ain't said nothing about who he was as a man. She went straight to what he had in his pocket. And y'all defense for her was, well, she is, developed herself and worked herself, and a woman that's got her this type of net worth and blah, blah, blah. She don't want no man that don't, that's not equal to her. Okay. So a man that has done more work than that or equal amount of work, he don't want no scrub. He don't want no chick that couldn't figure out what to do with her womb. He didn't want no chick that life is full of bad decisions because you bring a bad decision-making tail over there and make bad decisions in his life and problems that he got to clean up and fix. Nobody's trying to be a stepdaddy to the little bad, knotty-headed little grimlords that you got behind you. You don't want him to say nothing, and you don't want him to have any system, order, and structure, and you don't want him to discipline, and you don't want him to really be a father to them if he was even inclined to do that, and you don't want him to have an authority over you. So knock it off. Knock it off. It's very insensitive. No, it is not. You don't find it insensitive when you say, I don't deal with short men. He got to be taller than you. You don't find that insensitive. You don't find, what about, the men that is a little shorter? He might be a good man. You don't think about that. And when anybody challenges them foolish expectations that you have, why black women can't have standards? Get out. Get all the way out. Why black men can't have standards? He don't want, because the vast majority of you single mothers and you feel ostracized. You ought to feel ostracized. You ought to feel ostracized. Because if you hadn't accepted it as some type of badge of honor, it wouldn't even be a big deal like it is. And the men would not be making a big deal of that. If the women were not celebrating single motherhood and understood that this is a cycle that we should not be celebrating and lauding and you know, acting like this is a good thing. This is actually not a good thing. It breaks the families up. It indicates dysfunction. So we don't support it or condone it. It may happen, but it doesn't happen at an astronomical or epidemic level in our community. And if the women who were single mothers actually got under the leadership of other men that was going to help them raise their children to make families with them, the men would not even be making a big deal out of it. But they got to make a big deal out of it because y'all so scandalous and trifling. He's not trying to get caught up with you and your baby daddy and that little bad, knotty-headed little girl that you're raising. Ain't nobody trying to get caught up with you and them gremlins. Okay? There ain't nobody trying to get caught. And then you call yourself you a boss chick. Girl, ain't nobody trying to get caught up in your delusional world where he's the one that comes out on the bottom. He get the short end of the stick every time. He got to be blamed for all your trouble and your problems and your dysfunction and your bad decisions. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm glad he spoke up. That's not the conversation. That's definitely the conversation. Because y'all get to talk about how y'all ain't gonna settle for a man that ain't got this, that, and the third. Okay. So I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle for a single mother. And it's settling. It's settling. Take your L and run with it. I just wanted to say that. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you've not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.